My Arizona Cardinals are set to take on the Carolina Panthers this Sunday. A game that you think the Cardinals will have the advantage in. We absolutely should. I think we do. But again, that doesn't mean anything because in our last 6 matchups, we are 5-1. That is not great. The Panthers just own us dating back to like 2011. Don't know why that is, but for some reason they got the upper hand. I'm sick of it. Let's go ahead and break the freaking curse. So today we're going to talk about my biggest concerns going into week 2. Cardinals started 1-0, beat up on the Saints. We're going to see if they're a decent football team. They play the 49ers, but I'm a little concerned just because we always play down to bad opponents. And I think the Carolina Panthers are kind of trash. Panthers fans, I know you're probably not wanting to hear that, but that's just kind of the state of where you guys are right now. You guys are rebuilding. You guys are bringing in talent, but I'm not the biggest fan of what you guys got going on, but we're going to talk about it today. So let's go ahead and dive into this matchup and my biggest concerns and what I think could go wrong if the Cardinals cannot correct it and how we might lose this game, how we could fall to Carolina once again and become 6-1, and that statistic just keeps growing. Let's start with the offensive side of the ball. I have 4 key points that the Cardinals have to nail, and if we don't nail it, I think this game could get kind of ugly. Let's just start at the top. The run game has to be better. James Conner, you can't average 3.2 yards per carry. That is unacceptable. Trey Benson, you got to be a little better too. The carry count was 12-8. They ran the ball 27 total times. Kyler was getting active as well. I think we're going to have another strong running day. I think we are willing to pile it on. We're willing to run that back. But we have a lot of things to improve, and it does start with James Conner, which technically it's not his fault. Watching the All-22, it's really not. The holes weren't there. The offensive line was struggling, which goes into the next point we'll talk about in just a second. We need better games from both of our backs as well. Trey Benson bounced one, popped for 50. Good run, but outside of that, the run game was non-existent. So we have to improve. Petzing, you got to get these guys in better areas, and the offensive line has to actually show up. And that goes into key point number 2. Offensive line. You got to learn how to run block. You got to remember how to do that. The thing you guys thrived in last year, the whole reason that this offense is curated is to the running backs. You got to run block, open holes, so you can play smash mouth. Now, you know who did really well at that? Was Jacksonville last week. They killed it. You had ETN just have a field day. Everybody was writing him off, and he kind of just came here and bounced back into week 1 and said, screw all that. I'm going to pop off for over 120 yards. He did that. He feasted on the ground. The Cardinals have a better running attack, in my opinion, than Jacksonville. So this is a game where the offensive line, if we're stepping up in open holes, we can kill, and I mean kill, the Carolina Panthers. This could be a game where we win by 15 plus if we can actually get our heads out of our butts and learn how to block again or remember how to do it, because we were fantastic. I think we still have the ability to do that, but we got to be better. Now, last week was just a floozy. That was an ugly game, but I think we can improve. We have to dominate the line of scrimmage, though. It comes to that. We have to be able to open those holes, like I said. Offensive line, Drew Petzing, you've got to scheme up a great game. I think Kyler can kill him on the run. We can also kill him in the pass. I think this is a game where Carolina is just at our helm, and we just have to go out and take it. This is up to us. I don't think Carolina is a good team. I really don't. Looking at their film, I think they struggled a lot in a lot of areas that the Cardinals can take advantage of. We like to run the football. It curates perfectly to us. Dominate the line of scrimmage, open these holes. We're in a good position. Also, Drew Petzing, you know how he plays. Run the rock. You got to play clock. You got to play clock. You got to play ahead and chew the clock. If you can chew the clock, win time of possession, play ahead how you want to, and run, beat up on the bad opponents like we did against New England. I reference that game a ton, but it was just the perfect game. Kyler didn't have to do anything. We ran the ball. We got out there, got the win, and just moved on. It's what I want to do in week 2. Then we have San Francisco in week 3 where they don't have Brock Purdy. They don't have George Kittle. We can do very similar things. They still have a good defense, but Kyler can air it out, and we can actually have a balanced attack then. Now, I think you just got to take care of what you got to take care of and walk away into week 3 going 2-0. Those are the things that I'm thinking. Just kind of dominate in the run game and get out of here with the win, control the time of possession, chew the clock, and play ahead all game long. And that goes into what we're going to talk about with Carolina in a minute, but we're going to keep it on the Cardinal side of thing and look at the defense. And talk about it. I think our secondary played phenomenal. Max Melton in that second half looked amazing. He looked great all game, in my opinion. Had a very strong second half. The first one was a little shaky, but he kind of bounced back. And Will Johnson just strapped up in his 60% snaps that he played. You also have Garrett Williams, who's just phenomenal. Budda Baker, Jalen Thompson played good games too. If that front seven can kind of just figure it out consistently, and they played okay, we're getting some pressures. Jordan Birch had a good game. Josh Sweat had a underrated game. It wasn't great, but he was getting back there. And Calais Campbell in the run game before we kind of gassed out looked pretty solid. I need to see more from D-Rob, but if this secondary can continue to lock up and kind of put those seatbelts and the straps on, we're going to be in a good spot. So if they can continue to cover once the front seven picks it up and we can actually get some, connections going and we can play with continuity on defense and we can play through all of each other. If we get pressure, the secondary is going to look even more elite. So once that happens, we're in a good spot. So that is the first thing. But I think the Panthers, the key to stopping them is shutting down Chuba Hubbard. Stop the run, finish tackles when it happens. Don't let him pop off after the first tackle. If you let him pop off after the first tackle, break tackles, and continue to march, we're in a world of hurt. Now, I think our front seven is better talent-wise than last year. We have a lot of better players. Kazir White, probably the best tackler on the team, would continue to be one of the best tacklers on the team. But outside of that, in the run game, we kind of struggle. So we have a lot more physicality and speed. You have to actually finish, though. Do not let him break tackles and continue to pile on those plays. That is huge, in my opinion, in stopping Chuba Hubbard, though, and stopping the run. Got to get him off the field on third down. I believe they were, I think they were 8 for 15 last week. It wasn't insane, but it's over 50%. You want to neutralize that a little bit and not let them convert. If you let them convert, we're in a world of hurt. That is a rhyme. That is a bar. But if you let them convert, it's going to hurt. Simple as that. Do not let that happen. Get them off the field on third down so we can continue to play that smash mouth football where we run the rock into the clock. And that goes to Carolina and the things that I am worried about because they haven't figured it out yet. It's one game. They got to kind of get the connection down. Bryce Young and Tet McMillan don't have it. Yet I believe in. He hasn't really settled in. They had 1 year together, kind of figured it out in the back end. But Leggett has to step into his own as well. And Bryce Young hasn't been able to give the receivers the football. Let's not let that happen. So my first thing is don't let Bryce Young feel settled and let him take control. If you let Bryce Young do what he did the last time we played, where you got pressure in his face and he is making precise throws, throwing with precision, throwing with anticipation, getting the ball out of his hands even though he can't see and still making the dot, can't have that. The secondary is better than last year. We have to continue to strap up, make me feel confident and better, but we'll see what happens. Just do not let him settle in this game, and don't let this be the game that Bryce Young passes for 65% completion percent, 2 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, and 250 yards. Please, let's not let that happen. Also, keep the connections broke. Tet McMillan, they haven't been able to figure it out. Leggett haven't been able to figure it out. Bryce Young likes the tight ends. That's the safety blanket. Do not let them figure this thing out. Do not let this be the game where the Cardinals let them kill us. Let's not do that. Also, stop the Chuba. Chuba gotta be stopped. Simple as that. The Panthers go as Chuba Hubbard goes. They signed him. He has been carrying crazy. When he played the Cardinals last year, he's the reason we lost and actually piled on the game-winning touchdown. Don't want to see that happen. Let's smack him. I think we should take some disrespect. This is a Carolina team that ended our playoff hopes. Do not let them kill us again. Let's go 2-0. Let's hurt their season. Let's kill them because we play good in the front end. So let's go ahead and smack them in the mouth and do something that we haven't done in a long, long time, and that's beat Carolina. Also, let's keep their defense on the field. Keep them gassed. Do not let Carolina get the ball. Limit their chances with the ball so they feel bad about it. The Cardinals, I need you to score 24 points, 27 points. You just convert. You go 5 for 5. You get 4 touchdowns and a field goal, and you walk away and just kill these boys. Obviously, that's 31 points. But, you get what I'm saying. Just kill them. Absolutely decimate Carolina. Do not let them capitalize when they get the football. And when they do, get them off the field quick and just chew the clock. Hurt their hearts and just make it feel like they shouldn't have even showed up for game day. I want their souls taken, and I want to snatch every single bit of confidence that Bryce Young has, that Rod Wave instilled into this man. Snatch it, and then afterwards you can do whatever you want, because I still like Bryce Young. But snatch it this game and hurt his heart. Hurt Carolina fans' hearts. Break their souls. And then snatch it away and just win the game. I gotta see it, man. I have to see the Cardinals win this. I'm praying that my Cardinals get this thing done and we walk away 2-0. You let me know your biggest concerns. Those are mine. I think the Cardinals have a great chance to win this one, but we'll see what happens, man. But with that being said, that is going to wrap it up. If you guys did enjoy, consider hitting that subscribe button. I post Arizona Cardinals and NFL content. If you're a fan of either of those, this is the perfect channel for you. But with that being said, that is going to wrap it up. Hopefully you guys did enjoy. It's been your boy Mythic. Peace out.